Hello, 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 everybody. Why in the heck is this crazy man broadcasting a French song? For those who may have depicted that was French, that was barking out of that. Because today is Bastille Day, folks. Today is Bastille Day. For those who don't know, Bastille Day was the beginning. It's French Independence Day, first of all. So that's where people can relate. And it dates back to July 14, 1789, my friends. So why on the heck does that have to do with trading and everything? Well, not just for us to give homage to the French. And I have parts of my history there because I grew up in France, for those who do not know, if the accent didn't give it away. But more personally for us, really, I mean, Independence Day, we talk about this during the 4th of July for us, right? So many of us are here on this channel to seek our financial independence. So that's how the link between those two things. And today, I want to start off with a little bit of something maybe serious. And maybe most of you, you're going to provide comments later on if I go too far or something. But so... again, some of these things, I don't prepare them, or they just come naturally as things happen. So I wanted to talk about how a trader prepare for the trading session. Yeah, I don't know if you have a routine. If you have written books, maybe you pick up some ideas. And for those who won't book, yes, there's a way. I don't want to push things on you guys. I mean, this is relatively new. So if I talk with people through the coaching session, which I have been begging traders to set up free coaching session, and I kid you not. So yesterday I had one trader who has signed up for a while, and pretty much. Not pretty much. They canceled the session because they felt that they were not ready. And I pleaded with the trader to still get it, but I definitely understand. So that prompted me this morning to ask, to just ask you guys, how do you prepare for your trading session? You see me on here, I'm trying to put some music on. You see athlete. That's the closest analogy. And again, I go back to that because some of you may be thinking, oh, does he think that we're athlete? Yeah, I mean, you do a profession of any type, you need a way to prepare. When you are going to a big board, if you're a lawyer, or if you're going to be having that case, or I don't care who you are, you have to go through some type of preparation. Trading, not because we're trading at home that, okay, some of us, you just show up, right? So for me, the music that I'm putting in the morning, it helps you to be loose. Trust me, you trade better when you are not tense. And there are certain things that you could be doing in order for you to get ready, because that's going to determine your behavior. I know of traders, and each one of us, we have... How do you react when, let's say, the session starts and you haven't put in a trade, let's say, for an hour? Do you get anxious? You take the first thing that's going to come, right? You're going to take something that you saw somebody else post. You have no idea about that stock or anything, but here you are now, start analyzing that stock. Why? I can tell you right now, you shouldn't. You shouldn't, flat out. So meaning, at least if you are here, you have a list of 10, 15 stocks. Those are the one you should have been spending your time between last Friday and the Monday or the Tuesday analyzing. When somebody put in the idea such and such is flying, I love those sentences. Oh, we just put a couple of things. Such is flying. There is no evidence on that. And then you jump on that trade. Be careful about that. So for me, I'm going to encourage you, get yourself a routine. We wrote an article again. Here's me going again. We wrote an article on whatever. Forget about that. Here's what you can start doing. Get into meditation. I don't care your religion, the religious creed or whatever, but get into, what is meditation? It's the habit of finding a quiet time to center yourself. There are very good techniques. If you want help on that, trust me, if I don't have it, I know people right on this channel who will help you with something like that. Just find a way to quiet your mind, to quiet yourself before you get into this exercise. And I will even go to the point that do that at the beginning of your trading day and do that at the closing of your trading day, such that you can somehow reflect upon what happened. And the thing with meditation, because it's going to elevate you to the point where you're going to be looking at your trading not so much as an actor, but just as a critique, and then you will be benefiting from that. That's something that I wanted us to start the day with, and really to be focused on there's a certain amount of feelings that can be when you are in a group like this one. I mean, how do you react when you see other traders posting their wins? Yeah? Will it going to say that? Will your mind just take over and start saying, oh, why not me? Or how about me? Yeah, my friend, we do all have a type of gift and power that's within us. I kid you not. For the sake of sounding maybe too spiritual this morning, but yeah, you are here for a time such as this one, meaning you belong. Whatever gains that you see other traders making, you absolutely have the ability and the capability to do that. The catalyst may be the training that Telex is providing, but I can guarantee you those catalysts, the catalyst is definitely the outside world, but the ignition key is within you. And something like meditation, which is just the exercise and the habits of creating a void around yourself to increase your self-awareness, is going to help you tremendously. So I encourage you on that. You can, I mean, there are things, so if you go onto Google or something, oh, just ask me about that. I can find somebody who can help you into the path of those. It's very important, guys. It's very important. Again, if you're serious about this. And for me, I'm bringing it up because I'm seeing that it's impacting certain of the traders, because it doesn't make sense to me to hear a story. Somebody started with us 3 weeks in. They have not been doing well, and I've been reaching out to traders. I told you guys yesterday, and so why should we go through the pain of, let's say, facing this market by ourselves while we are part of this bigger room? So please, if this is something that you need assistance with, and the only way for us to know, right? That's what the one-on-one coaching. Because trust me, with most of the folks that I do one-on-one coaching, we end up talking about other things than trading. Yeah. My one-on-one coaching session, they are now, if you guys notice, I can tell you this. Remember before, when I started, they were like, the duration was an hour and a half, and then I shortened it because since I have more people, but typically when I don't have back-to-back meeting, and that's rare because the setup is that there's always a gap between 2 consecutive meetings. So they go even further than that. And I've implored people here to put up a picture. Well, it's very difficult for others to relate to a faceless image. Yeah. So if people do not know, so there are some of you that I may know in the outside world, but like onesies, twosies. So but yeah, and then for me, I get to see you guys. You guys see you on a one-on-one coaching because we use Zoom. But some people may not feel comfortable even being on camera on Zoom. So please, there is more that goes into this than that just showing up, taking calls or taking puts on put scalping Tuesday, which we are open. So my friends, let's go ahead and take a look here onto what we have this morning. So thank you for allowing me to bring that little yesterday we had a rant day. Today's Telex is all like, he's all spiritual. I mean, what are the dimensions of this guy? Soon he's going to be turning into preacher? Yes, if you want me to. Sorry, I'm sweating on here. That dancing did get me a little bit. And so I'm sweating at 6 a.m., almost 6 a.m. Pacific time on this Bastille Day, July 14, 2020. Well, people who are celebrating Bastille Day on the other side of the Atlantic are currently looking at pretty much the same time that's which that took place. Bastille, for those who do not know, so that we close the gap on that, Bastille was a prison inside of Paris, which represented really the very embodiment of the king power. The king at the time was Louis XVI. So this taking the insurgents of the regular people taking over that prison was the beginning of the end of that era. in France on there. So for us today, we are giving a shout out to all the people in Paris, France, where it has been a long time since I enjoyed Bastille Day in Paris. We are currently approaching 3 p.m. in the afternoon. People catching us in Osaka, where it's currently 9:58 p.m. And we have people on here, as we know already, from Singapore, where we cannot spend a day saying the word Singapore. Maybe they should start giving me royalty. Hey, Miss Carol, we need to talk about that, right? Who's the new man in power in Singapore? I am the number one proponent of that country, where it's currently 8:58 p.m. So what does Put Scalping Tuesday has in store for us? So let's go and let me switch screens on here, because it will be silly of me to continue talking with the wrong screen. So hopefully today we have everything set up properly. So we want to go to Power E-Trade, where we are currently displaying our broader watch list. But let's go ahead and take a look at the market view. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lord behold, what do we have here? So pretty much between my getting ready for this and now, the indexes, they were green. QQQ was up plus 0.67%. So this is a complete 360. That happened while I was busy talking about French Revolution and Bastille days. So I was about to lead into this, that, hey, they are doing it again. Here's a gap up on Tuesday, but we know that Tuesday stands for Put Scalping Tuesday. But my friend, without any further ado, I give you the red dashboard. So meaning this is a continuation of which that happened yesterday during the last 2 hours. So yeah, if you were busy catching some rest, that you didn't miss much, because my friend, we may be in for a wild ride. So the banks reported. We're going to take a look here by switching to our broader watch list to see where they are. So I'm going to do, as usual, screen from top to bottom. Oh, Lord behold, Telex has Tesla in his broader watch list. Yeah, Telex said that Tesla was one of his alerts this week, but Telex didn't select it in the top 7. So I must be a fool, right? Well, I explained, folks. Just if you have a taste for trading very expensive options, sure, go ahead and trade Tesla. But I'm not going to make a recommendation of Tesla, not in this lifetime at that price. So where are some of the banks on here? So JP Morgan, I think, it seems to be the leader for here of the bank. Goldman Sachs, which earlier in pre-market was much higher than that. I think was trading at 214. So now at 0.63. So you familiarize yourself. And part of your meditation, I want to go that again. I mean, you can use, I don't know, meditate about those charts. A gap and fade. What does a perfect gap and fade look like? We have given you enough examples as of now. How does a gap and go look like? No, but more seriously on here, this market here this morning, we are in for a treat. So, okay, so you see here, folks, on the one extreme, we saw JP Morgan positive, and here's Wells Fargo with as the worst negative stock on here. We have the airlines, which are here, and then FXI is the Chinese big cap index. I've been trending it here as part of this bigger watch list for the longest of time. And then you see JD and BABA, that's what usually tends to trade when there's movement within the Chinese market. So yeah, okay. Well, there's not much really that I can tell you of essence. Well, I can tell you of essence. So because you can tell me that, hey, Telex, why don't you give us one stock? Or actually, let me take a look at questions, because we have an audience of 15. Wow, congratulations. Singapore is waiting for you. Your great present. Hopefully, I'll make it only Skype. Mr. Beto said that he has never used Zoom. Zoom is free, Mr. Beto. So maybe start trading the symbol. The symbol is what? ZM? Then you're going to see what has all been about. So you don't need it to prepare for anything, my friend. How do I prepare? It's more like, how do I wake up? Oh, okay. Okay, just catching up with some of the comments on here. So, yeah, so is there a stock that I want to bring up other than the banks? I mean, the banks, if let's say the gap up, you want to trade them. For me, the one that came into my spirit this morning during my pre-market meditation or whatever, and well, wasn't meditation. I don't meditate with my eyes open, so I cannot look at the chart with that. It's this guy, NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA, out of this setup, I am imagining something of this like, meaning that a return to the EMA 20 on here, it's what's for me I envision, because we have seen that move before. As a matter of fact, this is what charts analysis is so important. You can see pattern. Remember these back-to-back days here, folks? What happened here, right? So, and I think, what did I see? A similar one like that here. I think there was one in May, definitely, and more recently in June, where, yeah, this thing has a tendency, and then they will buy that dip. But if it gives you 20 points in the direction, so wait for that setup. If the earlier was trading at 406, so I was like, okay, that's good. The higher it goes, the more opportunity for your puts to come down, to come down, meaning it has room to come down. So on the 15-minute chart, let's see where those, this is what happened yesterday. And again, I mean, if you were in front of your screen, a lot of them did this yesterday, yeah? A lot of them did this. But here, I mean, from the get-go for us, because I'm seeing some of our traders where we're taking trades. Yes, it's good to take trades, but the trades we are taking, they have to be high probability, yeah? Meaning, when you enter that trade, you should have no doubt which that you are doing. The conditions should be very clear in your mind. Why? Because since at least, if you are with us maybe the first week, I understand. That's okay. I've even advised traders, some newcomers, please do not take any trade prior to your one-on-one coaching. They may feel like, oh, who does this guy think he is? Because just, I want you to be prepared properly to take on this market with your best shot from the get-go, because that's going to play into your level of confidence on your ability to hopefully stick around. Because some people, why do we fail when we do certain things? We do not persist with them because upon the first struggle, we're just like, this thing doesn't work. Let me try something else. And then you're just spinning around looking for something, and time is passing by, and you're wondering, why about me? Why haven't I been able to reach what others are able to achieve? But you have that ability. Each and every one of us has that ability. So, yeah, a lot of them had this type of chat, but it requires patience. That's that word. So meditate about the word patience, maybe in your meditation. So that will be your centering word, meaning that you close your eyes, you take a deep breath in and out, and that's just repeating that word into your mind that, okay, how are you going to be patient? On a Monday, I didn't trade yesterday, but because I was busy doing certain things regarding the business that were a little bit frustrating. So hopefully all of that is squared away. But eventually, when I came to my screen, the first trade that was available, what SPY was doing this. SPY was doing this move. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? But you're going to have setups here every single week, folks. But the thing is, are you patient enough to wait for them to set up, and then you confidently trade them? If you can only do that one trade at a day, that is perfect. That is perfect. Perfect. And then as you gain in confidence, you will be, more trade will be setting up for you. And then your accounts will have more buying power, obviously, for you to do more damage, to take more out of the market. So that patience is something that we have been stressing enough. Even for those, you see, the traders who are who are posting their gains, yeah, they will tell you. They tell me that in the coaching session, because what do they strive on? They strive on to analyzing the trades. They do their own criticism, saying that, hey, in this trade, my entry wasn't so good, or my entry was good, but then how did I manage the trade? Did I take partial profit, or all of those things? They analyze the trades, folks. They do. They do. And that's how we are able to improve at the end of the day. So we have got about, I think, 7 to 8 more minutes. Let's go ahead on here and take question. So you can ask me question on French song that I like, on French movie that I like. Yes, I do watch French movies. So, you see, I did it again. I'm so sorry. So thank you, Michelle. I did it again, and I promised myself I was never going to do it again. I was talking on a chart that I was talking on not the chart that I was showing. So let's recap again. So the chart that I was showing, the stock that I wanted to bring up was NVIDIA. So and let me go to the daily chart. You see, it's uncanny. So meaning maybe I didn't meditate enough on the ability to check which chart, which screen I'm speaking on, and is that what you guys are seeing? So this is the chart of NVIDIA, and I was showing that we did this big candle. No, this is not S. This is NVIDIA. That was SPY. So let's go to NVIDIA. A daily. All right, this is more like it. So let me sync up and make sure that you guys are seeing that. A lot of them changes here lately. Mr. Mark, who was previously known as Livertick. I changed my name from Liver, called the 318 retracement yesterday before the open, but what caused it go for 314? There was a print, Mr. Mark, there was a print yesterday on SPY of 2.8 million share at 1:05 p.m. Eastern, right? That print was at 321.7. So if those people, they shorted, we are in for a ride, because then at the end of the day, I think Mr. B, he shared with us other prints that were around 317, right? So if we start, for us, we're going to start most likely, unless flip the switch again on the other direction. As long as we start below the prints for those major ETFs, that's the direction until it changes, really. And typically, we have said that what we have seen in our experience is that a $300 stock, let's say if they are shorting it or buying it, they will not be able to. Yes, for now you're seeing my back office. I know, Michelle, because I was reading the comments on here. So I will flip to this screen. I was reading the comments, replying to the comments. So I was concluding that if, let's say, it happens to be, because that's the trend since yesterday, the last 2 hours, right? That's those guys, they shorted SPY. They do not go for 10 points. Typically, you can say 20 points or so. So 20 points from 321 or something, that means the 300, folks. Yeah? So if that's the case, somebody made a video the other day with 303 puts. Those are something that you could start tracking on your watch list if you want to trade SPY, right? But I mean, if the market's going to be doing what it's doing, trust me, the SPY advantage, why, ask yourself, when is it appropriate to trade SPY or not? I don't know if we have made it clear in some of these discussion, but again, we have a blog where we talk about SPY trading system. SPY has 3 expiration, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So hence, trading SPY on expiration day, when they give us a direction, is a fantastic thing. It's a fabulous thing. Yeah, the 10 bagger was possible yesterday on those trades. So yes, I was talking about this stock now that I'm showing the charting of trading with you. So I was saying that the pattern here on NVIDIA had me thinking that NVIDIA gave up how many points yesterday? From 431 high to 401. 30 points in one day, yeah? So NVIDIA is known to be putting back-to-back days like that. So if you are looking for, I'm definitely looking for a possibility of going below the exponential moving average 8, and then the target will be exponential moving average 20 here in green. So if that's your target, because these options are expensive, again, understand the principle that we're teaching here, right? What was the title of the video this past weekend? You do not need to be in the money to make big money, yeah? So if a target's for NVIDIA, because let's say yesterday gave 30 points back, today is giving 25 points back, you can trade this because the direction that helps you, you can trade it with a strike that's well below 485. 485 is the moving average, exponential moving average 8 period that we are looking at in green. So 470, 465, whatever is cheaper. What is cheaper? If you are new here on this channel asking, what is this guy talking about cheap option? Cheap option for us are options that are below 50 cents. The lower, the better. Yeah, so that's what you guys were missing, what I was babbling in front of the other screen. So hopefully that helped. All right, so let's say we have time for questions or anything. So you guys, you are seeing my back office, but you are seeing also the chart of NVIDIA on the other side, which I just finished talking about. I wish there was a way. Maybe there is a way to know the roster of people who are here, but because we have several people, especially those in playback, right? So who are catching the broadcast, and then I get to find out when they sign up. Oh, such and such has been following us. Any chart that we want to take a look at, or let's go ahead and I'm going to switch screens to make sure that I'm speaking to the proper screen. So I'm going back inside of Power E-Trade to take a look at that sudden move or reversal of trend on the US indexes. I do not know what caused it. I know that there was some economic data that came on, like the monthly core PMI numbers, but overall, other than this is bad, folks. Oh, this is bad. No, this is great. Let me say, it's it's Put Scalping Tuesday, so this is great, right? For all of those, I know a lot of my friends, traders yesterday, who at the end of the day, they were carrying puts and calls, strangles, yeah? So those puts, they're gonna, let's say we got more points, they are just going to give you further. And in that, so in that, I think we've done it a little bit once, but let's talk about it a little bit, because I know that we have an audience of people who have been trading stocks, mostly so, and who have been trading stock in just one direction, meaning that they have not been shorting stocks, right? So this is something that it requires some getting used to trading puts. So I'm getting a lot of questions really from most of you about that sense of, because lack of familiarity creates discomfort. We know that's just human. That's perfectly normal. How's the pricing on the put side? So let's give you examples on here, and let's use SPY, because SPY is very liquid. All right. Anytime that you are trading a very liquid, let's again define some of those concepts. What am I calling a liquid option? Is an option that has a lot of volume, and when you have a lot of volume, you will tend to have a lot of interest. So the open interest on here, for those who are new to option, is the number of contracts that's currently being held by different traders, institution, whatever, everybody. This is the total number of contracts being held for 310. 193,000 of them. Obviously, for an ETF, very popular ETF like SPY, that's going to be a lot. And I'm looking at July 20th. Let's look at maybe Wednesday. You may because this is the monthly expiration. That's why you're going to see such a huge number, right? So same thing on here. And again, I'm just using 310 as an example. If you ask me, hey, Telex, what should I be trading right now for me? Maybe the July 20th, 303. Out of this setup, they're 25 cents. Yeah, you see, that's an example of cheap option. So because you take this 25 cents, my friend, now, if you start going toward your direction, so let's use this as an example. This is perfect. Well, this is for expiration tomorrow. That's fine. Doesn't matter. 25 cents, yeah? So here, there is this parameter called delta, right? So I said last time, it was a different stock. I don't think it was on SPY. So that a good way to measure how much the options are going to be worth here, put or call, by the way, is the same principle. They obey to the same pricing model, which is called the Black-Scholes option pricing. It's a very complex mathematical equation, trust me. I've looked at it maybe once or twice in my lifetime, and trust me, I love mathematics, for those who do not know. But there's no use. Don't waste your time on that. Don't waste your time on that. You don't need to know that to be successful at all. So here, first of all, the delta is negative for puts, so that's the difference, right? That's a trick that we gave some of you, is not to make a mistake when you are buying them. So 5 cents or 6 cents on here. So every dollar that SPY is going to be moving buy is going to add about 6 cents to the price of this. So let's say if SPY moved by $10, yeah, $10, you multiply that by about 6. I'm rounding this number, 6 cents. So that's 60 cents. So then 60 cents plus this price gives you about a price of $1. So meaning that for you here, you can estimate that, hey, SPY, these contracts, let's say they will be worth they will be worth and more. Trust me, because when it start moving that way, this is actually like a compounding thing. So it's very difficult to approximate, but I'm giving you that rule of thumb, at least, you know. So 10 points on here, by the time you get into the money, they will be worth more than $1. The beauty of a platform like PowerTrade, and I know many others have PowerTrade, okay, there's no strategy to display, but there's actually a trading lab on here where you can actually simulate the price of your options before buying them. So that's something that's trading puts. There is no liability, because some people get confused onto, oh, if I trade puts and they are in the money, do I have to buy the stock or anything? I have numerous questions on that. So no, we can buy and sell our puts whenever that we want. As we are not writing any options. So for us, we are just buyers and sellers of them. And that's why we trade very, very liquid. Liquid meaning that there is a lot of volume, a lot of open interest, and that makes it such that you will not be in a situation where, oh, geez, in order for me to sell my contract, I need to compromise by this much or this much. So yeah, hopefully that clarifies some of the things about some buying puts. And puts pay more. Why, folks? Because when the market goes down at a faster pace than when it's going up. But yeah, that's just because look at this here, folks. This is just an hour. Oh, this is QQQ. Let's go to maybe SPY yesterday. Just those last 2 hours, just a good hours there. And we have seen this. You should be familiar with this now, folks. Yeah. All of this chart, this is this pattern of, hey, we close below VWAP, we start posting low. Everybody should be all over it on any stock, because it's not that the most popular. It goes on the other direction as well, right? We have stocks that have been creeping up over time, and I mean, look at Apple, for instance. Look at Cooper. Well, look, I'm not even going to talk about Tesla. Look at Square. Prior to the other thing, they start posting higher highs. Square went on 2 consecutive weeks where it went from $84, yeah, to 130 and 38 in the matter of those 2 weeks. Those patterns are things that you are to be looking. They're easy to trade. You follow the trend. Literally, sometimes stock markets like, hey, I just follow the trend until the trend ceases. And when the trend ceases, you have technical indicators which are going to help you. Again, I switch screen, yeah? So yeah, I switch screen on here. So let's close. Let me switch back to the chart. And yep. So I was talking about the patterns of SPY. That's these. So there have been enough, not only on SPY, but on other stock. And the reverse of them, which are the uptrend one as well. All right. Okay, thank you for the likes, folks. Hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully you get some information or some piece of encouragement that will help you take onto the market. This market is not easy to trade. I understand that, yeah, but take courage into what your fellow traders are doing, and absolutely be convinced that you have that capability as well. It is not by some type of magic process or anything, but the catalyst, we could provide the catalyst for you, and the ignition key is inside of you. We leave you with those words, and without further ado, we are going to close back. Mr. DJ, with which that started us on here in honor of Basti Day. Yeah, everybody, have a great day, and we leave you
Aimer d'amour.